Hello, beautiful people. We actually have two-in-one news to render. Very quick one. We're going to see a video of what is happening in IMT Enugu. And of course, a group have decided to call out, not just call out, write directly to ICC over the Fulani herdsmen and of course the role the presidency is having over the matter. But before we go into the news proper to find out what all these are, I would like you to subscribe to our channel if you have not done so already by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. While the video you're seeing right now is a video of Fulani Herdsmen having a field day in IMT Enugu as an Institute of Management and Technology. I'm talking about a school, a higher learning institute for learning, where they have been they've been warned over and over again that there's no open grazing, not just in Enugu but in Southeast as a whole. But you see them, they didn't just do open grazing. No, they went through the university, as in through a higher institution, despite the four walls. They didn't care. This is getting out of hand. But let's find out what this group has got to say. A group, that's the US Nigerian law group, has sent a complaint to the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court seeking special investigation into the many atrocities committed committed on the Nigerian state by the Boko Haram and particularly the Fulani Herdsmen militia. In a letter signed on behalf of the group by Emmanuel Ogbeche, the group referenced ICC's announcement in December following its findings that Nigeria is now eligible for investigation for crimes against humanity and war crimes on account of activities of the Boko Haram sect. It, however, expressed concerns that the report omitted the Fulani Herdsmen militia, which it says are even more brutal, brazen, and barbaric than even the Boko Haram. It also accused the President Muhammadu Buhari of unwillingness to prosecute his tribesmen, saying the impunity and indifference of his administration to the atrocities make good grounds for the invocation of the ICC's jurisdiction for failure of domestic court to address the atrocities. Well, they quote, it said, just this week, the Fulani militia attacked a camp of their victims who had been internally displaced for years and again slaughtered 7 of them in the capital city of Benue State. I had just visited the IDP camp earlier this month. Incidentally, the previous day, a similar attack occurred near an orphanage in Plateau State, killing 2. That's Ogbeche continued, as Ogbeche said. The letter reads in part, you have not made a finding as to the current egregious persecution of Christians on the basis of religion ongoing in Nigeria for over a decade now. 3 years ago, this month, Fulani militia massacred a morning mass at St. Ignatius Catholic Church. Oh dear. Though their killers video themselves in the choir robes, they looted playing the church instrument. No one has been brought to justice for this atrocity. This week, the Boko boys has similarly done same in Yobe State and the same way. We have not made a finding on the post-election violence 10 years ago this month, in which General Buhari's political thugs killed over 1,000 people, destroying 700 people in just 2 days in April 2011. The group said Nigeria is currently in a state of aggravated and advanced anarchy, which is said is traceable to complacency and complicity, as well as intent and incompetence of government. It then urged the ICC prosecutor to correct the oversight in her findings before leaving office in a few weeks rather. This is really getting out of hand, and Nigerians, which are known to be quite very educated, have decided not to leave any stone unturned. Don't forget that this issue of open grazing, we have had series of the elite of the Fulanis. I'm talking about all the likes of Bodejo and the rest, who keep making strong statements saying that they need their open grazing, their routes of open grazing have been taken, that they want it back, and all that. A lot of Nigerians out there have been saying, look, if we must do this, okay, fine, let's give you ranching. Why don't you do this ranching in the north? They said, no, no, no way. It has to be open grazing, and we need your land. And if you're not going to give us open grazing, then by all means give us roga in each and every state. And that is what the indigenous people of Nigeria are saying. No way are we going to release our ancestral lands, at least not in this manner. Of course, Governor Otom, the governor of Benue State, have severally on press release, on press briefings, have called out the presidency, have called out the people in leadership, have called out, and even called out Shehu Garba. He said, look, we want the president, Muhammadu Buhari, to address us. He said he doesn't want Shehu Garba. Shehu Garba is not the president. He wants President Muhammadu Buhari to address the nation over the issue of insecurity. That severally, they have, he has said that there's not going to be open grazing in Benue State, and there will definitely not be a ruga in Benue State. And according to information he got, is that because of his stand against against open grazing, as he has been passed the law of anti open grazing, it has become one issue or the other. Now his people, the Benue people, have now become internally displaced, even in their homeland, in their own country. And the governor is crying out, calling out, and telling them that this should stop. Don't forget that some days back, the youth of Benue also cried out that, look, even the goats too can bite, as they went on rampage, went on protest, saying that this has to stop and has to stop immediately, that they're sick and tired of being massacred, being killed in their own hometown, simply because they rejected Roga and they also rejected open grazing. And now with all this hope, and don't forget that internationally, the same Fulani herdsmen have been seen as number 4 when it comes to issue of terrorism. But in Nigeria, actually, they are nice. In fact, they are assumed to be giving that indigenous people are not accommodating enough. Okay, but then looking at all this and what the atrocities they've been committing, not just in Benue, in southwest, in southeast, everywhere, is like a case of everywhere they go, they have to do one thing or the other, and they have this very funny mentality, the ownership mentality. It belongs to us. Now it's all obvious that also they have the intelligent, well, Nigeria is so blessed with intelligent minds, and now they're beginning to write, they're beginning to call out, they're beginning to call out to ICC. Yes, it may look as if Nigerians look helpless in the situation, but yes, also there is a law backing even sovereign states and how to go about it if it goes beyond the normal. Nigerians have been calling out, a whole lot of Nigerians, especially those in the who believes in the old school mantra of one Nigeria, have been saying restructuring should commence now. But the newer generation are saying Nigeria has gone past restructuring. It should be divided. Each tribe, each region have their own country and run it the way they deem fit. But before that would happen, Nigeria needs to be secured. Lives also need to be secured, so that we'll know whether, if the whole issue of referendum or secession will come to bear, because intentionally there seems to be insecurity heading everywhere. Let's go wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section. What's the take?